Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Lelaki podcast, where we talk about all issues men, where three men from Singapore, Brunei, and Malaysia discuss about some of these issues. And we're so happy to have you with us and be a fan. You know, maybe one day we need to open a fan club, and Easy will be the president. Um,
Yes. Meet and
fan
greet.
club,
Meet and
meet and
greet.
greet. Perasan
Yeah.
macam belum apa dah ada meet and greet
The
dah
fan
kan.
club.
We can dream, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't cost anything to dream, right? So let's dream. Um, and we today would like to talk about this topic of men are natural fixers.
Yeah.
So the context of this, guys, is when I was reading up about men and women issues in my early 20s, I was exposed to this book. I'm sure you guys have heard of it before. It's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Pernah dengar
Yeah.
buku tu? Yeah, it's
I've
very
seen it.
famous
Yeah.
in the late 90s, early 2000s especially.
Have
I
you read it,
even
Izzy?
came,
I've never read it before, but I've seen
yeah,
it. Yeah.
I even attended a talk in Singapore where the speaker came to Singapore to speak. I attended. There were like
Oh.
2,000 people who came to listen to him speak. What's his name? I
Wow.
forgot his name. Dah lama tak dengar.
John Gray.
John Gray, yes, Dr. John Gray. So he's this small guy. He's not very big one, but he could command, a 2,000 hall punya crowd and really mesmerize everyone, and his jokes and everything. But I don't know whether some of the points that he made in those days would still fly today, because people's understanding and perception towards gender-related issues have changed quite dramatically over the last decade plus. So yeah, it will be interesting to revisit some of those things. Anyway, I remember one of the things he talked about was men naturally want to fix. Example, okay, just to give an example to kick things off. When your wife comes back from work, or when you come back home from work, whichever, right? And the moment they see you, they start telling you about their day. And perhaps in their stories, it might include something like, oh, my boss made me do extra work, when my other colleague, was let off easily. I had to do more. I had to stay back longer. You, as the husband, what is your first reaction? Is your first reaction to just nod?
Mm.
Ya ke? Kesiannya, ya Allah, kan? Kesian my wife, kan? Or are you going to offer a solution? So he says that men naturally disregard the emotional part and immediately start thinking about how do I fix this? Because she is under my care. So if she brings a problem to me, I'm sure she wants me to settle it for her. So, for example, a natural answer coming from a husband would be in that scenario, why don't you just quit your job lah? One extreme lah, quit your job lah, go find another job. Another one, not so extreme, but still quite strong one would be, I think you should go to HR and complain, like they're not treating you right? So that seems to be something men naturally do. And I've caught myself doing this too, by the way. It's normal when my wife comes back home and I pick her up dalam kereta tu, like throughout the ride, all the way back home, she's complaining about everything lah. Because she was a teacher, so complain about parents, complain about colleagues, complain about the students, like so many stakeholders. And then I used to get sometimes so angry at some of her colleagues who I don't even know. I've never met them. I don't know their face. Dengan nama je. I'm so angry at this Jacqueline, for example. Who the hell is Jacqueline? I don't know.
Oh,
I'm so angry.
Jacqueline, watch out.
So anyway, that's a fake name I just created. So I think, yes, I think to a certain extent, men tend to gravitate towards, if there is a problem shared with us, it's not just for me to empathize. I think I'm supposed to do something about it. What do you guys think? Do you guys experience the same as well?
There's two versions to the question. The version when I was single and when I became a husband. I remember, once upon a time, I was quick for solutions. Even before getting married lah. Like kawan share ke apa ke, kita kan quick to solutions, because I think that's the value that I can provide to you.
Yeah.
So it's a value judgment. I think, okay, otherwise I feel useless now. That's the thing. Otherwise, I feel useless because you datang dengan masalah ni. Obviously, you datang dengan masalah. The logical response adalah saya patut bagi solution. Masalah lawannya solution. Right. So that's the very easy math yang a man brain can do. But then once you get married, you live with a lady, you start to realize pretty soon that it's not always the case.
Yeah.
Sometimes the value there is just to sit quietly and just nod. And then being a counselor pula, we're actually trained untuk hold our judgments. So that helps being a husband. You're trained to hold, right? Kalau tak nak masuk je kan. So instead of giving solutions, you give certain prompts or comments untuk nak menggalakkan lagi dia bercerita. So when let's say my wife complains about something, I go like, "Really? Wow, that must be tough." That's it. That's all I did. That's all I did. Okay, I didn't add anything. I'm like, "Oh, it must be horrible. I'm sorry that happened. Oh, that's not right."
So you don't
That's
feel
it.
a temptation at all to offer a
I
solution.
still do, Ustaz. I still do. That part is still there, macam waiting for permission. Maybe like waiting for like she might say something like, "What do you think I should do, abang?" I'm like, "Okay,
There
now
you
is the time.
go.
Now is the time." But
Yeah.
if she
Excited, eh?
doesn't say that, or if she
Yeah.
doesn't like give me the signal that she actually wants a solution, then probably I'll just listen. I'll listen attentively. I'll try to summarize what she said. I'll try to understand. Oh, is this what you mean when you say this? Oh, this is what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes that alone is enough, even though that doesn't like fulfill my man desire. I still want to solve your problem, but I think I learned to be okay with it. I learned that okay, that's
Yeah.
all she needs. That's all she needs.
Yeah.
I think we are wired that way, it's in our system. So when we
Yeah.
hear
I
our wife
believe
say,
so.
I had a terrible day, our brain macam tit 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 tit, problem detected, solution required, then I
Yeah.
need to say something
Yeah.
now.
Betul.
Yes.
And it makes us feel very uneasy to not offer help. Kan rasa gelisah. Maybe easy. That's how some men express love lah. Kan they
Yeah.
don't know how else to express love. Macam tadi
Yeah.
Aiman mentioned about being valuable, right? I want to feel loved, therefore I need to do something for you in order to receive it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Men are
Conditional.
very practical creatures. Like I mean, sometimes they're not, like we've said in our previous episodes, right? We're not
Closer to the mic,
emotional.
easy.
Oh, you want to hear my
We
raw?
want to hear everything. Closer.
Yeah, I was saying like men are not like emotional creatures. We're very practical. Like even myself, I am the type of friend, if someone comes to me and they tell me their problems, my maybe in once or twice I'd be like, okay, let's just offer a lending ear, right? Listen. But if they come to me with the same problem, they're like, okay, it's the same issue, then the fixer easy, the fixer easy will be activated. And I'm like, okay, let's plan out. This is what you should do. Phase A, phase B, phase C. Like, okay, like let's do this. Like I start to offer more practical solutions. Whether it's right or wrong, I just feel like in my mind, like, okay, I just want to be able to help out. And I think as men, we feel good when people come to us for anything, right?
I agree.
It's such I don't know, like an ego boost. Is that how, is it what it is? Like, obviously, again, when in a marriage, yeah, that's probably like our love language, to be able to help, right?
It validates our worth lah, our
Yeah,
self-worth.
Yeah,
yeah, that
you
could
do
be the
feel
thing too.
valued. You feel valued
Yes.
when
and
you
and
have
it feels,
somebody's trust.
you feel like you're the hero in the story too, like for your wife coming, like a damsel in distress, you just want to help out, right? I think it's like, yeah, like we all said in the beginning, we're just wired that way, to be able to help, be of service, vanquish the demons, help the princess, go, all that
Slay the
stuff,
dragon.
slay the dragon. Yeah. It's just in us. But I want to
It's
ask you guys, when
the hero complex.
the hero complex, the hero syndrome, but when is being the fixer not a good thing? That's what I want to ask you guys.
I think when I mean, there are some husbands who have come to me and said, Ustaz, I give a very good, practical, technical, thought through solution to my wife. She got angrier. Macam in his head, like, ni confirm settled 100%. After this, you don't have to worry. But she
Yeah.
got angrier.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it that maybe sometimes even technically correct answers may be emotionally wrong answers.
Yeah.
So you
Oh
address
yeah.
one part, tapi actually what your wife needs is the other part or the other part first
Yes.
before, the other things. Itulah, I mean, again, we need to train ourselves. I'm glad Aiman, matured and grew out of his old ways.
I hope so. I
But I
hope
That
think,
so.
that
but I think,
counseling helps.
yeah, the counseling, but I think most men do not have that yet. It doesn't come naturally lah.
It
So how
doesn't
can they
come
shift their
naturally.
perspective?
It doesn't come naturally. It doesn't come naturally to me. I've told you before, I grew up in a family of all men except for my mother sahaja. I have five siblings, so six of us in total, all men belaka,
Mm,
right? So all these fixed natural tendencies ni memang was there from the beginning lah. Like like a problem happen, you fix, and that and when the problem solved, done. That's it. So it's very simple. Problem, fix it, solution, done.
Yeah.
But over the years, you learn, you grow, you start to realize that some people, in this particular case, women lah, not all women, let's be clear, but let's say a lot of women would just love for you to sit with them.
Mm.
I use that term, yeah, to just sit with them, just sit with me in this feeling pool that I have. All right, I just want you to sit with me. But men don't want to do that. I just want to see what's the problem. Come on, let me fix it. No, but they just want you to sit with them. And counseling do teach you this, because you do have to sit with people in their problems, and you have to be okay with it. I mean, you cannot let it affect you because you have to function. But it's a very important skill to just sit with people. No need to judge, no need to conclude, no need to fix, no solution
Mm.
needed. Just say, I'm right here. I'm right here. And what I found is it really helps in other areas of my life juga, like work, for example. Obviously, excellent for work. And also as a father, I realize, as a father,
Yeah.
sometimes my son would come home from school, he would complain, da 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 da, da. And, you know, a good father can, let me fix the problem for you. Yeah, son, sit down but a child, dia punya emotion dia is bigger than his logic. So even for a child who is a boy, by the way, even he's also has that boyish testosterone tendencies, because he's a child, emotional. Sometimes he just want you to sit with that. Just sit with that emotion. I'm frustrated. Can you just sit with me in this frustration together? Tapi tak bermaksud macam Ustaz cakap lah, like kita pula jadi over-over kan. Siapa Jacqueline tu? Kau ajar betul? Tak adalah macam tu. Tak adalah sampai ketak macam tu. But sitting with them simply means I'm right here. Share with me your burdens. Share with me
mm.
your emotions. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. And
So,
that's it.
so
Just
yeah,
to know I'm right here too. I think that's the part where women, maybe in your scenario, Ustad, that maybe that's what she wanted all along.
yeah, that's true. Shuma, I think where men struggle is this. I think men interpret listening or, like you said, sitting by their spouse as inaction, as
Non-productive,
not
yeah.
doing anything. And
Yeah.
Yep.
men find that the only way to solve something is taking action, which is the
True.
solution-oriented thinking lah. So, Izzy, do you think that sitting down and listening attentively is passive, or is that, an action that can be impactful, you think?
I mean, in my line of work, that is the most impactful thing
Yeah.
ever. It's active listening, right? Like, for you to really understand what they're trying to say and listen beyond the words that they are saying. Sometimes they just need an ear, like to and most of the times they just appreciate that they have a space that they can vent, that they can release their issues that they go throughout the day. That's what I notice as well. And I'm also like in this, like, it's so funny when I'm recording, I'm like the best listener. But when I'm not recording, talking to friends, again, like when they tell me their issues, I'm like, okay, let's just I'm so like quick to like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. Like, why do you let that happen to you and all that stuff? So I'm still also like, I find myself a work in progress in that, because I do
Mm.
believe that we are just naturally wired that way. But again, there's always opportunities to unlearn what we're used to and relearn how best to become, a listener, when to turn off that fixer mode and when to turn it on. Yeah,
I think it's hard to turn it off. Can you turn it off? I can't turn it off.
I think
I keep
well,
finding where do I sure push? I push here, here. I can pause it. I can
yeah,
pause it, but I can't turn it off. For me, lah, I
And
can't turn
then,
it off.
yeah, I guess it's gonna be hard. But there's also this difference between, again, your partner bringing home a story that's got nothing to do with you. Compare that to them bringing up feedback or something that's related to you. Maybe your parents ke, dia kasih macam feedback. I think the intensity is different when you want to offer a solution. Am I just supposed to sit down and listen? You're talking something about me or you're accusing something about my family member. Lain kan? I think it's gonna be
It
even harder
is
to just sit down and do nothing. Ugh, kan telinga dia dah merah. Dah,
yeah,
if you, yeah. So these are some things that maybe Aiman, if you get any tips, like what can he do to make it less passive lah? Could he
true.
ask questions? Does asking question come up differently to the wife, you know, instead of
again
solutions?
again I think the theme of today's discussion is not going to be naturally coming to you, this skill. I think men, it's okay that we have this natural fixing tendency. It's very
mm,
important, I guess, for you to
yeah,
protect your family and to keep it going, so let's acknowledge that. However, there are certain situations, in fact there are many situations whereby this fixing tendency ni can backfire lah, can
yeah,
backfire. So, in counseling, for example, one of the things that they taught us is how to ask questions, right? The skill of asking questions. One thing that you do is do not conclude in your brain what's going
Mm.
on. Okay, just any conclusion lah, any conclusion. Let's say your wife datang kata Jacqueline ni blah 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 blah.
Christian and
Don't
Jacqueline,
put
whoever
the,
Jacqueline is
I'm
listening,
sorry
we
to
are
all the
just
Jacquelines.
using
I'm sorry to all the Jacquelines in the world. It's
blame
just
Ustaz
it just
Mizi,
pop up.
whoever this Jacqueline.
It just pop up. Okay, I'm so sorry. It's not you. It's not you. Trust me, it's not you. It's me. So this person blah 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 blah. In your brain, you akan fikir macam this person. How dare she does this to my wife? Da 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 da. So you pause that conclusion. Okay, you pause it, you shelf it, put it aside. This is in your brain lah. And then what you do instead of making a conclusion, you bring more curiosity.
Mm.
Okay, and this is the muscle you have to this is the muscle you have to practice. The muscle of curiosity. You have to train that. So when somebody, even if something that's so disturbing to you, you rasa macam aku nak tumbuk je orang yang you nak cerita. Okay,
Mm.
the person that you've been telling me about ni, I just wanna you still have to macam chill, keep it cool. All right. What's the question you wanna ask to further the story? Or is there something in the story that technically is not clear enough you want to know more about?
Yeah.
That's like the art of sitting with the problem. Just sit with the
Could
problem.
could the husband simply say this? Tell me more.
Exactly. Sometimes it's a simple prompt as tell me more. Sometimes I
Okay.
would do that in counseling when I want to hear more from you, because maybe sometimes in counseling the tricky thing is that they actually want a solution from us, but we're not gonna give it to you, because the solution should be not be from us, it should be from you.
Mm.
That's different lah. That's a counseling profession for you lah. We cannot just simply give you solutions,
Yeah,
because that way we're the one yang akan be in control of your life, as opposed to the
but I
other way
guess it's
around.
different. I guess it's different when it comes to your partner, your wife.
Your partner is different, yeah. So I have to
Yeah, I
put a
think we have.
caveat there.
Yeah, we have to. I think we need to realize that we have the option to ask them, "Would you like me to offer a solution?" And if she says yes, then go ahead. Hooray! You finally are functional
That's an
in this
Yeah.
excellent
scenario.
advice, Ustad. I agree with you 100%. I've done that.
Mhm.
I've done that, and it really helps. It really helps. I've done that. Only that I will put like a small note there to the ladies who's probably listening. If your husband datang and tanya, "Honey, I'm just checking. Would you like a solution from me?" I hope you don't retaliate by kata macam, "Duh, dah tu." Just because trust me, some might say that, okay, because to you it may be obvious, but to us it's not.
Yeah.
So men who practice that, they're trying to be careful because they care about you. Because in their brain memang dia nak bagi solution awal-awal dah, but they're just checking to see, is this the time to give a solution. So it's a good advice if you're in a relationship, especially with your mom, with your wife ke apa ke. If you rasa macam I should give a solution, instead of concluding that right off the bat, you can ask, okay, mom, just checking, would you like some advice from me, or are you seeking like a solution that I can provide? That's okay. That's okay. So don't feel macam dia ni takkan tak faham kot. And I talked about this in Brunei. I talked about the faham-faham je lah mentality. I say in relationship it doesn't work. You never should adopt the faham-faham je lah mentality, and always be on the safe side and ask. That's what I would say. If you're unsure, just ask. And if you are asked a question, don't feel annoyed by it lah. I mean, it's good that they ask.
Mm. But guys, do you think that sometimes we fix things because we are uncomfortable with their problem or with their pain? And it's something like emotional, yeah, it's
Interesting.
something like an emotional avoidance kind of thing. The reason why we default to offering a solution is because we cannot tolerate the uncertainty that they're going through, or we cannot accept the fact that we are helpless in this situation, so we want to do something. Um, and then maybe fixing can become like an emotional thing, where I want to have some sense of control in this situation because I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with this thing that you just told me, this problem. I can't sit with it peacefully. I can't go to sleep without overthinking about it. I need to give you something right now. So really, maybe there are some times when a man offers a solution, not because he thinks that's the best solution, not because he thinks this person who came to them wants a solution, but it's just their own personal discomfort. Could that be an issue?
Would that make it like selfish though, for selfish reasons? Like they just wanna, because they're unable to sit with the discomfort that their partner is
Yeah,
going
kind of
through.
selfish, right? Mm.
Yeah, they just
Mm,
wanna feel
mm.
good by so that they don't have to deal with it.
That's one angle. That's
Yeah.
one angle. But as a counselor, my brain goes the other direction, and my brain goes to the direction of, why are you uncomfortable? What happened?
Mm.
Dia macam that curiosity strikes,
Yeah.
because I see this, yeah, husband wife, yeah, of course, but also in parenting. Like for example, when their children just cry, itu pun, fathers for example want to fix it.
Mm.
Stop crying. Just
Mm.
stop crying. Like just stop crying, because it's uncomfortable for me to see you cry. And maybe juga Ustad, seeing your loved ones whom you are responsible to take care, right? Seeing them in that situation could be a mirror of you. Like you failed to stop this from happening
Mm-hmm.
in a way. So it's like you feel that I mean, it's a judgment coming from yourself lah. I mean, nobody is telling you this, but it's probably inside of you. You rasa bersalah because I couldn't help you when you
Yeah.
need me, macam tu. So sure, you can see that as probably selfish. That's one angle. Pasal you fikir pasal you je. But when it comes to insecurity or vulnerability, I see it as a signal of something deeper. It could
Mm-hmm.
be a past experience. It could be trauma. It could be.
Yeah.
It could also
Possible.
be identity.
Mm.
It could also be identity. It's like this is how I identify myself. I am a fixer. So if I can't fix you, then my identity is broken. There's so many angles lah you can look at, but I would opt for the angle of more of a curiosity lah. Why
Mm-hmm.
are you like that? And that could open up a very interesting conversation. Like, Abang, why do you tend to fix my problem? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Even when I didn't ask you to.
Even when I didn't ask you to, yeah, yeah. There
And
are
then the
times when
husband
I
will
just wanted
say,
to listen.
and then the husband will probably say, well, because when I was growing up, my favorite cartoon was Bob, the Builder. So I like to build things and
Can
fix
we
things.
fix it? Yes, we can.
Yeah.
But isn't that interesting also? The cartoons also reflect like the man kan, macam boy character. Macam gitu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob's the builder. He can fix it. Apa-apa hal, panggil Bob je.
Maybe, just to share some tips lah for the men, I listed down some things here. Macam, maybe if you don't know what to do, what to say, or how to react, you can choose to have one of these three modes. Okay, number one is listen mode. So listen mode is macam tadi yang I mentioned, tell me what happened. Ataupun tell me more. Okay, so that one is signaling that I want to listen to whatever that you have to say, whatever that you went through today. I'm here, I'm present, and I'm attentive. Okay, focused. The next option that you have later on is empathy mode.
Mm.
Empathy mode would sound something like this. Oh, that must have been difficult, huh? Wow, I can't imagine how you must feel right now, right? Some showing a bit of empathy about the ordeal that they went through, ke apa, or the stress that's overwhelming them, So that's empathy mode. And then I guess you guys can add more. But the third one is the fixed mode. This is the one where we seek permission lah. Yang tadi I cakap kan. Shall we think about what you can do next?
Mm-hmm.
And then they say, maybe not now. I think I want to have dinner first. Maybe let's talk about this over the weekend. I think I'm just too burnt out right now to go through this again. So wait for the green light. Just because you ask the question doesn't mean the answer is going to be a yes. You just need to be ready to hold it in and keep it in, and then only talk about it when your partner is ready, for example. So these are some options lah. And you guys, if you want to add anything, feel free.
I probably add one, and that is to understand there are many ways to fix the problem.
Mm.
Because maybe our mode is to focus on fixing the problem, but at times it's not the problem that you need to fix. You need to fix the person with the problem, or you need to fix the person not feeling heard enough. You need to fix that the person just want your attention. And I use the word fix in this different examples because just want the man brain to understand that's also fixing.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
me sitting with you just listening, that is fixing.
Mm.
Tapi problem masih ada. I know. Problem masih ada. I understand. But also understand in the eyes of the person you're trying to help, that is fixing.
Mm.
You can be sitting with your wife, she's complaining about something, and you listen attentively. Tell me more. Oh, that must be tough. Really? That's what happened? Oh my god. Can't believe that. And sit with her for like 30 minutes, and then dia boleh kata, thank you, abang. Huh? Thank you for what? I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
In your brain, you may feel like you don't do anything, but in her mind, she's thinking that's what she needed. You fixed that. You have fixed that. So that the men can think in multiple angles about the word fix, and it's not just Because one thing that I learned juga lah in marital counseling is definitions. Sometimes we use the same word, but we define it in our own way. So, for example, the wife can say, I need you to fix this. The husband will say, I need you to fix this. They use the same word, i.e., fix, F
Yeah.
I X, but they mean two different things, right? So, our vocabulary kadang-kadang, even the normal ones we use on a day to day basis, I would advise be curious about them. Be curious about them and ask question, honey, what do you mean by the word fix? Maybe that sound like a stupid question. Duh, takkan tak faham kot. I mean, I just want to understand what you mean. I know what
Yeah.
I mean by it, but what do
Yeah.
you mean by it?
Mm.
So opening that maybe a door that you didn't realize to have more conversation about it could really help you understand how to fix the situation, but in a way that the person wants you to fix it, and not
Mm.
in a way that you think it should be fixed. Itu yang boleh jadi wife jadi angrier tu.
Ah, tapi Encik Aiman, niat saya baik. Saya nak tolong. Kenapa niat saya ditolak? Kenapa saya dihukum seperti seorang suami yang tak memahami?
Very interesting. You know, when you have a grease fire and you throw water on it, yang buang air atas grease fire tu niat dia baik ke jahat?
Baik.
But what happened to the fire?
It doesn't. Yeah.
It meletup. So you
Yeah.
don't put water on a grease fire. You cover it up with a damp cloth. Itu yang
Yeah.
bomber cerita kan.
Yeah.
So niat baik tu fully acknowledge that, fully acknowledge it. So this is not like to cancel out your intention. This is simply to understand what's the behavior that comes out of that intention, and does it actually suitable for the situation at hand.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a scenario, macam it can result in a huge fight, okay? Where the husband says, why can't you just accept my help? I'm trying to help you here. I'm trying to solve your problem. You tell me, you come to me for a problem. I'm settling it for you. And you don't want it. And then kan, dah gaduh, then the wife goes to someone else. Tak kisahlah siapa, macam dia punya sister ke, dia punya best friend at work ke, macam share her problems. And he's like, I nak tolong you, tak nak? And then you go to other people. The husband still fails to see that she goes there because those people listen to her. They don't judge her. They don't try to hasten finding solutions to fix her problems. All she wanted was a listening ear. Kan? And the colleague at work can do that. The sister can offer that. But the husband doesn't get it. He barely listens on the surface. Problem
Yeah.
detected, fixed. And he feels hurt that his offering of help is rejected, not realizing that all that the wife needed was for him to sit down, listen, empathize, maybe ask some questions, and that is enough. So, like what Aiman said, kadang-kadang kita punya definition ni berbeza of what it means to fix something, of what it means to help someone.
Betul.
And if we just sit down and clear out all our list of keywords that we need to define together, that would actually be a very good couple exercise, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's go through all the keywords that we always use. You accuse me of this, you accuse me of that. Tapi, what do you actually mean when you say this? Yeah.
It could really be a door for you to know your partner even better.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst thing to do when you want to understand somebody is to assume. That's the worst thing you can do, is to assume that I know what you mean when you say this.
Yeah.
That's what happens, and that's what caused some fights in a marriage, or not even marriage, in a friendship between parents and kids,
Mm.
right? Even parents and kids pun kadang-kadang apa, Mom, you've never listened to me. And mother pun macam, apa benda lah budak ni, I listen to you all the time, what?
Yeah.
So even in other relationships, it shows, because we mean different things with the same word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to spend a little bit more time to listen to, okay, what do you mean by I don't help you enough? Could you let me know? Because mommy's here. I really want to help you. I really want to. Could you tell me what you mean? That could be a good exercise for whatever relationship.
Yeah. That is a really good advice because we do believe that we all speak the same language, but it's very different in the way we define and the way we mean what we say, and then the receiver will listen, will receive something else, you know. So yeah, that's a very good tip there, to understand the language that your partner is saying so that you both can meet in the middle and understand each other better.
Tell me more, Easy. Tell me more.
It's I'm just getting flashbacks to whenever tur I happen to be there and my married friends are arguing. It's like something that I plan to, like, okay guys, you guys need to learn each other's languages, because yeah, it's a real issue when most of the time the wife is so frustrated and they keep saying, well, you never listen to me, you never help me, and then the husband's like, what do you mean? I've been helping you, I've been listening to you. So I'm like, whoa, in this case, like, who is right? Is that there's a disconnect there. So I think understanding each other's languages is definitely a key in being able to, for us men, to fix things, you know.
That's very
And
important, Easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Ustaz Mizi was also right. Like, if the women actually, or even the men, feel like their partner aren't able to give them the space to just talk, without judgment or without having to fix things all the time, they will go to other people. They will go to other people and they will spend less time with each other to talk about their day, to talk about problems at work, to talk about their friend. So that is one of the consequence lah, if people fail to understand each other.
Yeah, and that's not what we want, right?
Yeah.
That's not what we want. We don't want our partners to go and talk to other people about their personal problems.
Yeah.
That should be like last resort, you know. Maybe you're in a coma, then maybe they go talk to someone else.
That's
But
Yeah,
as long as
that's
you
the
are
last
around.
resort, okay?
that's
Make sure your husband's in a coma first, then you can talk to
then you
somebody
talk to
else.
some.
Actually, maybe you can still work, right? Because you just want your husband to listen, and in a coma,
Yeah.
he's not
This,
responding. He's not gonna
Exactly.
try to
This is
fix.
the perfect state I want you to be in, okay? You can listen to me, but you cannot respond.
yeah.
Astaghfirullahalazim. Easy, easy. You mentioned something that became one of the dilemma of becoming a counselor. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Because when you listen to two of your friends, right? You listen to the wife, you listen to the husband.
Yeah.
Like, as a counselor, I see your point though.
Yeah.
Like, the wife is talking, I'm like, I see your point. And the husband talking, I see your point too.
Yeah.
But they don't see each other's point. That's the
Yes.
problem. And Ustaz Mizi also mentioned juga, the man yang cuba nak fix your problem and tak jadi, bergaduh, wife gets frustrated, wife cari orang lain. The man is actually hurting in that point. Like, I'm really trying to help you. You're my wife. And then you pergi kat orang lain, sakit hati saya. And the wife pula, dia sakit juga pasal you're not listening to me.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. You're not listening to me. So saya pergi kat orang lain. So you see these 2 points tau. And the challenge is, the fix is, how do we bridge it so that you see each other's point?
Yeah.
That becomes the challenge. So you have to macam quiet down over here, quiet down over here, and just actually, bridge the gap by understanding this point of view macam ni, this point of view macam ni. Nampak kan, nampak kan? Okay, let's bring it together. Macam tu. So it's more than just let me fix it, let me fix it. If you do that, then you just see your point of view saja, satu hala. Okay.
Mm.
But if you understand each other punya point of view tentang fix tu apa, then it's not one way street, it's a two-way street where you can meet in the middle. That's
Mm.
Hmm.
best case scenario lah, and that's when we can actually fix the problem.
Yeah, I think that is best case scenario. I don't think a lot of couples have that emotional restraint
Oof.
to not, making it bigger than it actually is, to hold back and then to take a few steps back. Lepas tu, okay, I see your point. Do you see mine? Yes. Macam patience is also lacking in marriage
Yeah,
sometimes
betul,
because
betul.
you mentioned the word assume just now, and I think we assume that or expect one. We expect and assume that our partner already knows what we want, already knows what we like. Like why must they still, do this or do that? So yes, it takes a lot. I guess marriage is a training ground, in my opinion, where over a couple of years you pick up new skills. You have
Yeah.
new insights about your partner and your marriage, and you get better at it lah, right? You get better at it, hopefully. Um, but sometimes there needs to be moments in the day where you just sit down and you wonder about what transpired last night, our argument, how it went, how I think it could do have went better, macam those moments of self-reflection are very helpful.
Yeah. I
But I don't
agree.
know whether all of us take that time to think. Yeah.
Mm.
Itulah key dia, Ustaz, time and patience. Because
Mm,
sometimes distance between problem and solution tu dia ada jarak dia.
Yeah.
mm,
Dia ada jarak dia. It doesn't have to be immediate. Even if macam Ustaz cakap lah, I already have the solution. I have it. If you just use this solution of mine, this problem akan solve guaranteed. But then real life tak macam tu. Sometimes real life is the problem is here, but then you have to spend some time, a little bit more time and patience, barulah sampai kepada solution tu. And I'm not just thinking in marriage terms, I'm also thinking in work terms, parenting terms, because sometimes we're too quick untuk nak terus solve the problem.
mm.
And there needs to be this skill, this muscle yang kita kena train untuk sit with the problem first. Even if for a little while, just sit with the problem first. And then when the time is right, then yeah, perhaps we can solve it.
Yeah, sitting with the problem makes us uncomfortable.
Very,
Quiet, not
very
doing anything makes
uncomfortable.
us uncomfortable. So I have a proposition for the both of you. I think Lelaki Podcast needs to do a retreat. Kita bertapa dalam gua tanpa berbicara for 2 days straight. No talking. Get comfortable. Ada spider lalu, scorpion, buat bodoh, diam je. Tak boleh buat apa.
Ayman,
No
can you
fixing.
survive that, Ayman? Not talking.
I
Being an
cannot.
extrovert.
I cannot. That
For
will
me, it could
kill
be a
me.
dream.
That would kill me. Not the spider.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the spider, but the silence will kill me.
Yeah.
I
That's a
will.
bit extreme.
I
Yeah.
think some men will find that a holiday, Ustad.
Exactly.
Mm.
I will enjoy
Ah,
that.
they'll be like, oh my god, I don't hear my children's voice anymore. My wife's voice tak dengar dah. Nobody complain. Oh, this so peaceful.
Yeah.
That's a good
All
idea.
right. Alhamdulillah. Thank you guys. Maybe we'll explore that idea, not in the extreme scenario, but in some forms of it.
But okay,
Yeah.
Ustad, sorry, yeah. You mentioned the retreat idea probably as a joke, but I think we had this, I think sort of like exercise dalam counseling tau.
Mm.
Something that we can try. And that is some kind of a retreat juga, ataupun maybe bukan retreat lah, just a session where you sit down and people talk about their problems, but you cannot solve it.
Mm.
The only rule is you cannot solve the issue. Solve the problem, you kena keluar dari bilik tu.
Oh.
Mm.
So people can talk about problems, talk, but you just cannot solve it.
Are we allowed to react?
You can
Or ask
react. You
questions.
can react. You can ask questions. You can be curious. You can
Can cry?
whatever. You can
Yeah.
cry, sure, but no judgment, no conclusion, and no solution.
Okay. So you just
It's a
need to
good exercise.
understand and listen.
Sure, yeah. You can ask further question. What do you mean by this? May I know
Yeah.
more about this? Sure,
Okay.
but you
Okay.
cannot say, you know what I think you should do. Keluar dari bilik tu. Keluar. Nope, you lost. It's a good exercise if you want to try that.
Yeah.
Maybe a good
Yeah.
party game. I don't know. Is it a good party game?
No, we can explore this idea,
We will
inshallah.
make our own Lelaki card game where
No, it's called
Yeah.
no solutions.
yes.
The game
Okay,
is
guys.
called no
Okay,
solutions.
guys. we are only 6 episodes in or 7. We have merch ideas,
So
retreat
many.
ideas,
Yeah.
game ideas,
Yeah.
meet and greet ideas, macam-macam lah kan. So we are just living in our own world. But
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, thanks for layaning us, entertaining us. And that, I guess, concludes this episode of the Lelaki podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast or any of our last episodes, please share this with a friend, a loved one, regardless lah, man ke woman ke. But I hope more men listen to what we have to share. And remember to follow us on Instagram, on Spotify, on TikTok, and to subscribe to our channel on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So we have plans to meet and record episodes together.
A
Maybe when we
physical
do that,
episode?
maybe we will announce it to some of our followers, and if they want to show up, they can show up as well, and we can meet up.
A live
Yeah,
audience? Seriously?
yeah, maybe. Who
Oh
knows?
my god.
Maybe.
The extrovert
Yay.
part of me tiba-tiba excited.
All right, guys. Thank you so much once again. Take care. Till the next episode. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Lelaki podcast out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I need to pick up a call lah. Tadi dengar tak bunyi orang call?
No, dengar bunyi jet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jet
orang call.
Wait, is still
Kucing.
recording,
It's
Ustaz? Did you
recording.
stop it? Did you
Yeah,
stop it?
I'm gonna stop now. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye.